Everyone, welcome in. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
For you.
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like things have been like hectic lately. I feel like I'm running around every single day this week, which is kind of wild because I feel like I'm used to having my routine at home, and I feel like right now things are just like a little bit of a shit show every day. But in a good way, busy in a good way, you know. All right. I do have to get going in like 45 minutes or so, run to an appointment. Do you guys have any updates, anything you want to talk about right off the bat, any wins or anything like that? I have some stuff to share. You guys don't have anything you want to report on?
Nope, other than I just got back from Hawaii, so I'm just trying to get back into the groove.
I gotcha. Was it a good trip?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Nice, nice. Glad to hear that. Um, Okay, so I had something I wanted to share. Maybe you guys would find value in it. So like I said, like things for me at least have been like crazy lately. I have 5 videos in the works right now for my real estate channel. Literally nothing for the SEO channel so far. I've had like just unfortunately very little time to work on that lately. But one thing that I've been doing lately is using shorts that I repurpose from long form videos just to kind of use as buffer content. When I like haven't posted a full length video in a month, um, I try to find ways to keep that momentum going. So one thing I've been doing lately is taking long form videos, usually that are like 10 to 15 minutes long, and trying to cut out some shorts from those videos. And so I wanted to share just kind of a very easy process I've been using with my editor to just kind of get more content out of the long form content I'm doing. Just because for me, I like having the ability to post at least something. I don't think that the shorts are going to be, as big of a driver as far as traffic, leads,
Jacob,
revenue goes.
are you
Yeah,
using Opus Clips?
no, I'm not. I'm just
Wow.
having my editor go through the videos, and since she edits the long form videos, I will tell her like, here are the topics I want you to go through and break up, and then she will do some rearranging because what I'm doing is I'm not taking, if the shorts are all 1 minute long, I'm not having her go through like a 10-minute video and go like minute one, that's a short, minute two, that's a short, minute three.
Yep.
I'm having her take clips from like throughout the video based around one topic. So usually I'm having her do shorts that are like you're answering one question or I'm
Yep.
explaining like one topic in the video so that it still makes sense as a short, but I'm not taking just like one unedited minute of the video.
So this
Um,
is a do as I say, not as I do situation. I've used Opus Clips, but I'm moving away from taking my long form and turning it into short form. Instead, I'm shooting separate now. But you could take a long
yeah.
form, put an Opus Clip, for example, on a 10-minute video. I might be able
Mm,
to get 30 shorts. The only
okay.
concern I've seen is sometimes when you edit for a long form, like the images and the overlay you're using doesn't show up on the short correctly.
Yeah. So here, let me show you guys what I've been doing. And again,
I'm on my
this
phone
is
today because I forgot my headset, and so I may not be
okay.
able to see it.
So I'm trying to figure out how to move this. Okay. So yeah, this is just like a very, I guess, almost like pretty easy, like kind of low effort way that I've been taking long form videos and turning them into shorts just so that I still have something to post.
Yep.
So what I'll do is, and here's just kind of like some views. I have been getting more views from shorts lately. Again, I feel more confident in a long form video strategy as far as driving leads, driving revenue from the channel. But as far as just having something to keep the momentum going with views, what I've been doing, like I said, there's 2 ways I've been doing it. I have filmed a couple shorts that are filmed on my phone, like vertical
Yep.
format, that are intended to be shorts from the get go. But more often than not, I have been doing strategy number 2 right here, which is you cut clips from the video around a certain topic, and it's kind of a modified version from the long form. And so what I have my editor do is go through, get
So
everything.
Opus can actually put it into the vertical for you.
Okay. Yeah, I have not, I haven't used that before, so that might be
Yeah.
one that I check out. This
I
is the way that I've been
feel
doing
I may
it.
be wrong on the pricing. I think it's like $50 a month, but I may be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I will look into that. Because yeah, the biggest thing is that you have to go from a
Yeah.
horizontal format video to
Code zero.
vertical. So if you just like straight cut it to be vertical in the middle, it's like very zoomed in. So what I
Yep.
do is I kind of have like a partially cropped like square video in the middle, and then kind of this vertical crop in the background, so that there's kind of two clips overlaid. And then I will have her just kind of blur the background so that that way you see a little bit more of the frame so that it's square, but that way it's also not like, I guess you could do if you wanted just like a black background or like some kind of colored background or something else if you don't want to do like the blurred background, and then add some captions if you want. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't.
I mean, the cool thing is
if,
with the green screens now, you don't even need a green screen anymore.
Yeah, definitely. And depending on the software you're using, there's different ways you can get captions automatically, because you definitely don't want to do it manually going through there. You could use something like rev.com for captioning, or if you're using Adobe, it does it on its own. One of my editors does use Adobe, and that's a very easy way to get captions. I've noticed though, sometimes Adobe is not very accurate with the actual words. So sometimes that can get tedious to go through and just correct all of the typos or the misspelled words. But this is a really easy way that I've been doing it. And obviously, I know that if you don't have an editor to do this, you're going to have to do it yourself. So that is going to be more of a time investment. But I've definitely been getting, I would say, like, depending on how long the original video is, like maybe 5 to 8 shorts from like a maybe
Yeah, but I would actually take the other
video.
approach here, Jacob. I think that like,
Yeah.
other software like that can actually help you get more out of your editor, like more ROI because of the type of videos they're editing for you.
Hey guys, I'm Brian
How do you
Zippo.
mean? Chris, how do you mean that?
So think about this. If they're editing all these shorts, like looking back, hey, is my ROI on the short or is it more in the long form? You know, where's my editor spending their time? Like, are they spending time really on videos where I'm not getting a lot of ROI? Where should
No,
I
I
be?
get that. What I'm
Yeah,
saying, I do this is when I have simply not had time in like 2 weeks to film a long form. So like when I
yeah.
run out of videos to have them edit, this is kind of the approach that I'll do,
Okay.
because shorts definitely, like, number one priority for me is long form videos.
Yep.
That being said, like I'm not someone who films videos like every single Monday is a filming day. Like I don't have that kind of schedule. I
So
will
how
batch
do you pay
shoot
your
like 4 or
editor?
5.
Do they get paid by video?
They're full-time salaried. So
Oh,
they
see,
like
I
they
just
work.
recently switched, and it's probably one of the best decisions I made. And I switched them
Mhm,
basically, I put them on there almost like a commission only based on the number of videos and then based on KPI and how the videos perform, based on storytelling, all these things on YouTube. And dude, I'm
mhm.
getting so many more videos out of my video editor now because they understand,
Nice.
hey, if I don't work, I don't get paid.
Yeah. Well, so the thing with me is that, both my editors like primarily do videos. One of them does way more videos. The other one does, sometimes a lot more like graphic design and SEO stuff. So I'm having them
Yep.
do a lot of things. It's not just video.
Okay.
Um, and I did use a few like freelancers in the beginning where it was pay per video. And I just decided to go the route of having salary. I have 2 full-time salaried VAs. That way it's kind of like they know what they're getting every single week. Their income's not going to go up and down depending on how many videos I have. And also
Yep.
that way, I feel like it more incentivizes them, like specifically for long form videos, to just do a good job where like she's not going to make more money by doing more videos in a week where she's just getting them done as fast as possible. Because sometimes depending on the video, like it might take 5, 6, 7 work days to get it done if it's like a 20-minute long video with a lot of stuff in there. Whereas sometimes it might take 3 days if it's a pretty simple video that's 7 or 8 minutes long. That's just kind of how I wanted my incentives to be, where I would rather her spend more time editing high quality videos, and if it takes twice as long, I am okay with that. And also be able to like really learn my styles. Sometimes if I want to do a new edit, I'll like put together YouTube videos for her on like how these edits work and like how to do them with her editing software, and just be like, hey, I know you have an 8-hour shift today. Just spend the first 4 hours like watching all these videos and learning these editing techniques that I want you to start trying on these videos. And that's just part of her salary. So I'm not saying that's the only way to
Okay.
do it. That's the right way to do it. That's just simply how I chose to do it.
Hey, I'm
Um,
also going to send you the contact for a course I took. I think it was in Gotcha Academy that somebody actually recommended it. It was maybe it was in the Thing Medium one. It's a
mhm.
storytelling video editing course that I send my video editors through that
Okay.
helps them do a better job of storytelling through B-roll and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I think it
Well,
was like
so for
1,000. I
me,
can't remember. I think it was
yeah,
like $1,000, but I keep it on file for all my new editors, and it seems to be working really
okay.
well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to check that out. I
Yeah.
will say though, I definitely provide a lot of like, I give a lot of instructions for videos. So like I will send, a full packet of B-roll and specific edits and like maps to include. There definitely is some like room for flexibility or creativity with like certain text edits or like animation and stuff like that. But I am definitely someone who will like I give you everything that I want in a video, so that it's not necessarily on my editors to come up with the creativity and the storytelling.
Yeah.
It's more like I will come up with it, give them instructions, and sometimes I will say like, "Hey, here's a video. Like, here's a video. Here's kind of what I'm thinking, but feel free to just kind of see what you can come up with."
So when I build
Um,
my scripts on there, that's actually I do with ChatGPT, as I have it include the visual and the B-roll of, hey, when I'm talking about this is kind of what I'm envisioning. They kind of give them an idea, and then I put it into a Trello board whenever I'm uploading the video. So they have the script, the B, like, hey, this is what I'm looking for on B-roll, and it just kind of
mhm.
cuts down on errors.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a fair way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that I usually do it is I don't necessarily like plan it out like that with the script and B-roll in the script, but I will, because I film a lot of the B-roll myself with the drone
Yep.
or with an
Okay.
iPhone. And so I will label all the videos because usually it's, specific things like for the real estate channel, like specific neighborhoods, buildings, developments,
So will
and I
you
will label
upload like the
them.
B-roll and say, hey, here's the B-roll for this particular video, and here's the kind of
Yes,
situation
and
I
it's
want to
all
use it in?
labeled.
Yeah.
Yes, it's labeled so that I don't like give the order that it should go in, but I usually try to give the order that it's referenced in the video. But either
Hey, I just need
way,
it somewhere in the video. And when I'm speaking here, like what I was telling my
yes,
team is like, look, when I'm speaking about these words, these are important words. So this is when text
yes.
needs to be used, or this is when we need to emphasize the importance of something.
Yes, yeah. So my long form video editor is really really good at that, and so
Are,
she kind
are
of
you
she kind
using
of gets my
iFrame at
style.
all? Some people have tried to get me to use, I think it's iFrame or
Mhm.
frame.ai. It's something that makes it really easy when when they're editing, they can see your voiceover of, hey, this is what I wanted this
That's what
portion of
I
the
have.
video. Is it frame.ai? I can't
Okay.
remember, Brian. What
No,
is
it's
it?
called Descript
No, this one's different than Descript. I've got Descript.
with your voiceover.
Yeah. This I think it's like frame.ai or iFrame. I can't remember which one it is because I've got
Frame.
Descript that we use as well.
Yeah, I use frame.io.
Maybe okay, frame. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember, but I could basically put in the video a voiceover of, "Hey, this is the point where I want this," or whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah. For me, I will just label all the B-roll and send
Yep.
it separately, and that way, since it's all labeled, like when I say that certain thing or talk about that topic,
Yeah.
since it's labeled and it corresponds, she just kind of knows to include that, and she's
She
gotten
probably
pretty
also
good at
knows because
that.
she's been working with you for a while as well, so she kind of knows how your brain thinks, and
Yes,
I
yeah.
think
So
that's
both my
really
editors have
important.
been with me for 2 years. So
Yep.
in the beginning, there definitely was a lot of hand holding, and I kind of had these. I would kind of show like a presentation or just like a screenshot of some of the edits that I've done myself, and just kind of explain like, here's how I include B-roll, here's how I will include text edits and that kind of stuff. And these days, they both just really get it. So there's not as much of that. It's more
Nope.
like I will send the video, the outline for the video, and then the packet of B-roll where
You
all
can't
the
put a
videos
price
are
on a good
labeled.
seasoned editor who's been with you. Just kind of knows how you think.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's again why I prefer to just have two full-time people rather than a roster of freelancers
Yep.
because, and again, going back to like the salaried editor, I want them to be incentivized to learn my tactics and this is a full-time
No,
thing.
you said
They've been with me
salary
for two
editor, but
years.
are they a VA? You said.
They're in the
So,
Philippines.
what kind of pay range do you have them on?
One makes 45,000 pesos bi-weekly, which I think is like $400 a week or so, depending
Yeah.
on exchange rates, and then the
Yeah.
other is like 13,500 every week. They wanted to get paid different time frames, so I made that accommodation, and that
Yeah.
works out to be I think like 240 or 250 a week. So one of them's like 250 a week, and the other's
Yeah,
400
most
a
of mine
week.
stay in that $800 to that $1,000 range every month.
Yeah, and
And
again,
then
they do
based on the
different
revenue, if we
things.
bring in more revenue, I give them a bonus.
Yeah, they do different things. And my long form editor, we've made some changes to her schedule a couple times over the last few years, just because of family commitments for her and school commitments for her. And she was working. I think we went from like 40 hours a week to 50 hours a week at one point. So there have been fluctuations there, but yeah, I would say one of them makes about like $1,000 a month, and the other is probably closer to 1,500. and those are my two full-time as far as editing videos, graphics, reels. I have one of them do a lot more SEO stuff with uploading and optimizing new content.
Yeah.
So they both do kind of a range of things for me. But yeah, that's kind of my own process.
It used to be like 400 to 600, but just with everything of a chain economy, it just, we've had to up them because everybody's trying to use them now.
Yeah, and I also I give bonuses, I give paid time off, I will give pay increases every depending like once or twice a year, depending on like performance and stuff like that. So yeah, they are technically independent contractors from like a tax standpoint, but I do treat them like full-time employees.
Yeah,
They get
same
paid
thing with
time off,
ours.
they
We've
get
got
vacation.
6 of them.
Okay, nice.
But I don't increase their salary. Instead, what we do is play around with kind of with their bonus amounts, so it kind of offsets.
Yeah, I've done both. Yeah. I just really try to treat them well.
Yep.
Like for example, last year, my one editor needed a new computer because hers completely gave out on her, and she came to me and asked if she could get, I think, like 2 months of salary up front to be able to pay for the new computer and for living expenses in the meantime. And because she'd been with me for a year and a half, I was willing to do that.
Have you seen how they do computers over there? Like they come to your house and set it up.
No, I didn't know that. I think
Yeah,
she went to go get a new MacBook, I think, and the
Oh,
price
okay.
was like the same as it would be in the US.
Yep.
And I didn't ask details about it, but she just explained the situation and wanted 2 months up front, and I was willing to do that because she's been a hard worker, at the time for like a year and a half. So yeah, I definitely try to treat them well and make sure that they are paid fairly for their time. I know there's some VAs that people can pay like $3, $4, or $5 an hour.
Yeah, but you pay for what you get.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, I try to treat them well.
Yeah.
And I love them. They're both fantastic. I want to do everything I can to keep them. So I don't want to be stingy or give them any reason to maybe consider other options. So I make it a priority to take care of them.
Yeah.
Brian, yeah, you said you wanted to share a shot of a new video.
Yeah, just wanted to kind of pick everybody's brain.
Go for it. Yeah. What's up?
Could you share the screen? I'll just have a
Sorry.
screen grab.
I always forget that's a setting I have to change every single time.
No worries.
All right. You should be good now.
And this is just temporary until I can get my office rebuilt. I'm in the middle of redoing my office space. So this was
Nice.
kind of the backdrop that I'm going to do right now. So
That looks
there's a
good.
couple of issues with this, but that I had to
Hey
take
guys,
care
I'm
of.
Ryan Zippin over at Digital Marketing Service Pro. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for visiting our website. I just want to take a minute and talk about the core services that we offer. We offer web design.
And the jump cuts are going to fix, and then we're going to change this graphic package, but
Okay.
When we are
and really have it more like this. I'd rather have it like this with the white backdrop, and then have some image. And then we're going to get
I like the
into
branding.
more- You what?
I like the branding. I know you showed that before. Like you have your templates for long forms and for vertical videos that have like your info, website, contact, subscribe button on there. I like the branding you have.
Yeah, you like that? Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is I was going to throw in some like actual walkthroughs. Where'd they go?
Or is this the right path? Or
Here they are.
but also
So I was going to get into like them using the software,
Okay, nice.
but more screen time of that instead of my freaking face.
Yeah.
You sign up
And
for
then,
it or not.
Essentially, like I was telling you about,
At least we
via
have
email
an idea of where we're
is
going.
we're going to use
We
the,
can always make changes. But having this
what was
initial
that?
roadmap.
I was going to put together that entire like roadmap where they could see their image, their SEO campaign, and their email campaign all in one place.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
By industry. So, and then that way we can kind of communicate that on, where it's going. And then we're going to cut this and turn that into like, since it's so zoomed in, I can then, I can then do it into vertical videos using the same video.
Yeah.
And
Smart.
then just
Yeah.
reformat it. Like you were saying. Graham, what were you asking? Okay. Do sales video. Yeah, so this video specifically is going to be on my site. So there's going to be the website video or funnel videos, right? This is like when they want the meat and potato, what you actually do, versus the marketing videos are going to be about educating the customer on how to make a video marketing plan. I'm just going to show some of my software of how I do it using this plan or template that I'm going to give them. Right? That's the big brain move. And then they get to the site, they kind of know a little bit more, just like with Nathan, got us into the course. I'm going to take them into the funnel of death, and then, take their hard-earned money. It's going to be great. Jacob,
I think that's really smart.
I was thinking about doing something similar on the website, because people, they want to know, like, and trust you, right?
Yeah.
But I just couldn't figure out exactly, how to do that. But I guess you just do it.
I mean, I'm about to put this into a format and probably share it with our SEO group, but basically take, whatever the marketing task, or I'll send it to you, Jacob, and you can distribute it. But basically create the opt-in offer. Then from there, have an email sequence, give them a call to action in the email sequence, give the drip campaign. And then I'm offering 3 packages. And this is specifically for my video sites. So, but this could work for my digital marketing site too. So.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. Yeah, definitely share that. I don't want to take credit for your work. I think you put a lot of time into that, and I think that's smart. And kind of like you mentioned with Nathan, I feel like he definitely does a really good job showing using his own systems and templates for his own projects that he gives away. And I like how you're kind of replicating that, where you're using the templates you give your clients, almost like you're your own client. I feel like that does a really good job, kind of showing the process you've built. And if you show stuff like this in a video, I feel like that's got to be a gold mine for anyone watching. That's, whatever kind of client you're targeting that it maybe doesn't know how to start, planning out their video production, or even doesn't even know where to start with creating a content calendar like the one you've shown before. I feel like that's incredibly valuable.
Yeah. And with the idea or the intent, this is the look and feel that the intent I want to give to the customer. So it all ends up in a nice formatted document here. And really it would be in their system. So in their customer dashboard, they have their video review links, their SEO campaign. And this is going to be like not only their checklist for video, but this is going to be kind of like that schedule that'll go out. And once it's been approved, it'll then get into the marketing planner for social and be distributed.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I feel like honestly, you could use this and show your screen as much as you can when you're doing videos, just to kind of let people know, we've taken care of all the hard work of figuring out when to do what. And so it's almost like they don't even have to think about planning everything out for the next year if you've already done that for them, for the type of client you're going after. I feel like it makes their life a lot easier, and it shows the value of what you're offering, because I'm sure, I don't know how much time you spent doing that, but it looks like you put a lot of work into creating the system and the templates for everything.
Yeah, and the best part about this is now I made a source of how they can get the footage to me if they deliver it, right? So instead of it they transfer footage or whatever, now they can just go in, add it to a folder. It automatically organizes it and categorizes it by that customer and by city and location. So now my team has some information about that event, and now we can really put it into from here. This is what they'll provide me, right? And now from there, it'll go into that system. And then from that system, it turns into, I'll show you the version that turns into this section. I think it's this one. And watch, it won't be this one, but you get the idea. Yeah, this is a different event, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we'll, have the voiceover in there.
When you book a tent for your big event.
And now it's relevant and timely.
Plan the perfect summer kickoff.
Yep. That's really smart. I like that.
804-264-6621 for your free site visit or quote.
Anyway, that's the nonsense I've been coming up with.
I like that. Yeah. One thing too, I think it was on the Tuesday call that Nathan was talking about. I like how he brought up the idea when he was talking about funnels. And basically rather than if you have a video on YouTube instead and you're trying to get leads from it, instead of linking to like, let's say your homepage or just an informational article about the topic, like he has basically dedicated pages that are for the video that are relevant to what he's talking about in the video. That's something I'm trying. Hopefully today I have a video that I need to go run and get some more footage for it after this call, and then I need to finalize it and get the final check off from the team later today. But I'm trying that for the first time, where we're going to have the video with all the regular calls to action, which is just phone number and email, but also have linked the landing page lead capture form for that video. Because I've always done having the phone number and email as like that's the main call to action in there, and then sometimes depending on the video, I'll link to pages on our website that are usually informational articles about the topic that have lead forms in there. But I'm trying a different approach this time, where it's just going to be a lead capture page in the description for that video, and also pinned at the top comment for that video. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, hopefully in the next week or two. Hopefully we get leads from that, but sometimes it is hit or miss with the videos, and sometimes it takes a while for them to get enough traction to start getting leads, because it can, at least for me, it can be very difficult to track which videos people are coming from unless we just point blank ask them, how'd you find us? What'd you watch? You know, what did you like about our channel that made you decide to reach out? So I want to try this as more of a direct way of getting leads that we know came from a specific video.
I'd love to know about that when you're done.
Yeah, and this one's cool because for the real estate channel, we do obviously like, you know, area-based guides or new development-based guides, but this one's actually for a specific listing that the team has that they want to promote as much as possible this week. So I'm gonna, since this is for like a specific property we're trying to get leads for, I need to finish the landing page just for that property. Like, hey, if you would like a showing, if you're interested in more information, like fill out this lead form, we'll send that to you. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes, because that's definitely a new approach that I'm taking with the videos. Not every video is going to make sense for that, I don't think, but for this one, this is definitely a very specific video where we can make a lead form just for that video, and I want to see how that works.
Yeah, definitely let me know, and I'd love to see what you put on that page, your landing page, you know, because
Yeah.
you know, you saw my idea about like, hey, explaining the offer, right? Then they sign up anywhere, but you know, to give them something for free to just get their email. But I'm trying to figure out, you know, if that's the right move, or but I don't know until you do it, right? So.
Yeah, for us, and that's the thing that I've like thought about. Like, I don't always know like what's a really good offer to like have for the real estate stuff, because for this one, like, it's literally just going to be a landing page for this property. Like, if you're interested in more information or showing, that's what this lead form is for. Like, get in touch with us. I don't really have any like lead magnet necessarily. Like, I guess I could, you know, give them the photos or the listing disclosures and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm leaning more towards just having a pure lead form for them to reach out, and that way, because I feel like when we get real estate leads, a lot of them are in different places. Like, some of them do want those disclosures and lead form, or sorry, disclosures, the listing statements, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's literally just like, can I go see this house? In which case, like, I can't really give them something. It's more like the lead comes in, goes to the agents, then they'll set up the showing. But I don't really have a lead magnet for this video in particular.
I gotcha. Yeah, I guess yours is a little bit different because they're not buying a service from you. They just want to go see the house.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And so yeah, exactly. Because like my incentives are like, I only make money if they buy that house or a different house or whatever. So yeah, since there's no like retainer based services or anything that we're selling them of that sort here. So that's kind of the thing that I've thought about a lot with, you know, what lead magnet could I come up with? And I don't really have one.
So this is more of like a doing business question, but do you love always like hunting new leads? I mean, that's got to cross your mind on like, that's sucks. You know?
I find, like, I think it's fun coming up with content for the real estate YouTube channel or the website, like making articles or videos or pages that influence the leads that we get. Like when I start doing videos or, you know, articles about a specific topic, like when we go after a new cluster, and then a month, 2 months, 3 months later, we start getting a lot more leads that are in those areas or in those neighborhoods that I, put effort into making content for. I don't like going out and like trying to like chase leads. Like I didn't enjoy cold calling or like running ads and stuff like that in the beginning, which is why I just ended up on organic content. And I am removed from the process. I don't want to talk to leads. I don't want to get on the phone calls. So that all the leads that come in, they talk to the lead agent, and then she will distribute the leads. But I did not enjoy being in that kind of sales position, talking to leads. I have more fun behind the scenes, making the videos, making the content, and then seeing leads that come in from that. And then obviously, getting updates from the agents when they're showing, writing offers, going under inspections, that kind of stuff. I think that's exciting to, kind of keep a high level overview and like watch everything as it unfolds, but I don't want to be in the process myself, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. That makes sense. And then this is your real estate agency, or is this theirs and you're just a lead generator?
More so that. So there is a group of 5 agents. There's one, we're trying to expand to other agents that are outside the team and with other brokerages, just to kind of, I'm trying to almost monopolize like other geographic areas in St. Louis. I'm basically like an affiliate vendor to this team. We do work really closely, and I will give them social media content and stuff like that. But my main offer to them is I will get you leads that come from one of the websites that I run or the YouTube channel, and it's on them to close it and then pay me when it's closed, so that I only make money if they make money. So I don't charge them a monthly retainer or a per lead fee. It's kind of like all or nothing. Like I either get paid when it closes, and if it doesn't close, they don't make money, I don't make money. So
do you like that model?
I like it with this group that I have right now, because we've been together for 4 years. There's a lot of trust, so I know that they are good at what they do and that they're good at closing and following up. I don't know that if I tried this with a new agent or a new team that I would do it the same way. We brought on a 6th agent who's kind of separate. We just haven't had any leads to give to her yet, because we literally brought her on at the end of the busy season, like a few weeks ago. And so now things are definitely slowing down. We're noticing fewer leads coming in. So I put out some new content and new videos to hopefully get leads, in the downtown area, which is kind of her core market. It's just tough to predict where these leads are going to land. So it's kind of like, unless we get leads in a specific area that's her market, she's not going to get any leads from us. But that's kind of an experiment right now, where we're trying this with a newer agent who is not part of the team, where we're going to show her kind of our systems and how we follow up and how we communicate with YouTube leads or website leads. But yeah, to your question, I do like the model that I have with these 5 agents, because I get to share in the upside. So when it's a busy month, it's great, because if it's like, I thought about it, like what would I charge as like a retainer if I wanted more of that consistency.
Sure.
And it's, I've thought about it a lot, because some months are very high and some months are very low, so it is very volatile for me.
Yeah.
But I have kind of, we figured out like certain ways to kind of like balance it out, but it's definitely not consistent. So that's one thing that I've just kind of gotten used to, where some months the revenue from them is like 30,000, and some months it's like 2,000. So there's a really big range. But because of the upside, I would rather keep that model of getting paid, so that I'm incentivized. The more deals they close, the more deals I get paid on. Because I would not be as excited about it if I were just charging like a flat like 5,000 a month or whatever. And it's like, sometimes they'll close 10 deals a month, and I'd be like, well, that's a lot that I just missed out on. And I know that would make up for months where there's like only 1 deal closed. I just prefer that volatility, because I know there's a lot more to be made in the upside.
Gotcha. So you're betting on them closing all the deals, so it's more than what your retainer would be.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also because it goes up every single year. So it's like, if I looked, like I would have to be very backwards looking, you know what I mean? So like, because I thought about this, like last year, if I were to like charge them a flat retainer based on what they closed, it would have been that I would have had to charge them like $9,000 a month last year, in order to make roughly what I would have made from a 35% referral. But this year they're probably going to close $5 million more. So it's like, if I wanted to charge $9,000 a month this year, there would have been more that it could have made. So for example, like this year,
15 grand, you know?
exactly. Yeah. So it's like, it's very tough to predict. So I would prefer to just have that volatility in order to share on the upside, because I really can't project out how much I'm going to make more than a month or two in advance, unless it's new construction. And that's one of the ways we've kind of balanced it out. I put a lot more effort on new construction content, so that when we get buyers going under contract, that's more of like a 6 to 9 to 12 month closing time frame. So I have a little bit, I can expect that a little bit further in advance. So that's kind of been a way that I've evened out the inconsistency where, and it's usually months like November, December, January, February. Those are like very low months where we don't have a lot of leads coming in, and we don't have much in the works. So it's more like we'll have new construction deals going under contract in January one year, and they're closing January the next year. So that's kind of balanced it out a little bit. But yeah, the volatility is something I've definitely thought about, because my expenses are the same every month.
Right.
And they're like, not necessarily this year, but last year for sure, because it was a lower year. There would be like 2 or 3 months where I was in the negative. Obviously the months, like the highest months of the year more than made up for that, which is why I've kind of accepted it. But yeah, the volatility is something I've had to kind of become
That's
more
why
comfortable
I
with.
tell people real estate is like being a squirrel. You got to gather your nuts to survive the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also helped that this is, you know, I'm coming up on 4 years of doing this with this model with the agents. Because I sold myself for 2 years, and that's how I kind of have the experience and like the understanding of the industry to be able to work with real estate agents. But yeah, it's kind of like every year we get more leads coming through the website and the YouTube channel. And I add more things to the mix every year to kind of get more leads, so that it's just like the numbers go up every year. And so it kind of balances out so that the low months are a little bit higher and the high months are even higher. So that's kind of what I'm expecting next year. I mean, it's happened this year, like every single year it's gone up. So I feel more comfortable making bigger bets, knowing that this time next year should be a little bit higher than it is this year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, no, that's an interesting way to do it. It's just that would since you have in my head, and this is just me being crazy, but you know, you luckily found a good sales team to give the leads to. This
Yeah.
could have easily gone wrong if they didn't follow up with leads. You know, one, two, they really don't have any downside, right?
Exactly.
They only make money, and you have all the risk, you know?
Yep.
Like you put in all your time and effort and work. I think the only thing that you have right now is, you know, basically the channel, right? They don't control the channel, right?
Yep.
They don't own that. You own that, right?
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, you could always find another group. But I think that's the key. And that's why I'm making these video sites too, because like, even though customers come and go, right? If they don't take care of their own customers and close deals, you don't get to eat, you know?
Yeah.
And I hate having that outside of my realm of, you know, control. I hate to say that, but you know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, I get that.
I
definitely feel that, because there are times where, and it's usually not the agent's fault, but it's like, it's real estate. Things go wrong literally all the time. We'll have deals on a contract for a month or two, and then it falls apart. And I'm like, you know, they'll update me and be like, oh, this isn't closing this month anymore. And I'm like, well, damn, that's $5,000 I was expecting. That's not going to be coming in until they find another house 2 or 3 months online. So it definitely is something I've grappled with. And I've become more comfortable with it. But yeah, because this is the team that I sold on when I was a practicing agent, I know them very well. I know they're like, all the systems they use is kind of like what Madison taught me when I was a new agent.
Yeah, but Jacob, if you think about it, this would be a really smart idea for most real estate brokerages to invest in. Like, look, let our real estate agents do what they're good at, and hire a company like yours to come in. Like, you know, just hired another content manager. Like, look, you know, my talent is not building a PowerPoint slide; it's finding the data to go in the slide.
Yeah, it's something I've thought about, and you know, like going forward, like, you know, I've definitely thought about like, how do I want to grow this? How do I want to scale? And I'm not really sure how that's going to go for me. But yeah, right now I guess I'm just more focused on like with this team of 5 agents plus the 6th agent who's on her own, how can I just get them more leads and more closings as much as possible? Because it's like the more they close, the more I make. So that's kind of been my goal for the last year or two, and still is my goal. And I've just been using it and the money that I've made as an excuse to go learn new skills. Like SEO was a big one where I was making enough money. I was like, okay, well, what else can I do other than just YouTube that I can get good at to generate leads? And so like last year I was learning SEO and joining.
Yeah, but I think SEO is so important for what you're doing on YouTube. I tell people, I said, look, I think it's kind of the same pool. You're just doing it with video instead of an article.
It is, but I mean, like with articles and like with the micro websites, like that was a strategy that I didn't even know about until last year. So it's kind of I've used that to supplement the YouTube channel to get more leads, so that it kind of balances out. Where if there's a low month from the YouTube channel, we still have micro sites and we still have the main website generating leads. So what I mean is that I used the money that I made from YouTube closings to funnel that into learning SEO. And although SEO efforts on the websites don't generate as many leads as they do from YouTube, they still get leads, and that's still that's kind of an extra stream of income I've added.
I wrote an article last night that ranked number 3 this morning already.
Nice. That's what's
I couldn't
up.
believe
Way to
Google
get it.
indexed it that fast.
Yeah. Way to go.
And that was without a video. So this afternoon, I'm gonna do a quick video with it, and just throw the video in the blog as well. And that way, hey, if it's doing this well,
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I gotta get going in like 7 minutes or so.
Yep, me too.
Do you guys anything else that's on your mind, anything you guys want to talk about, or anything we can brainstorm together or answer questions about?
So many things, but not video related.
Okay.
Jacob, did you finish your slides? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off like in the middle of your.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a very quick one today. Just kind of wanted to share that. How I've just been having my editor like really quickly cut stuff up. When I've been in like a week or two run where I don't have any YouTube videos for her. So I've just been having to do shorts, and it was just 3 slides.
Awesome. I don't have anything else, but definitely let's keep this going. I'll have maybe the funnel created, or parts of the funnel that I was talking about created, and then put it into a format that's easily duplicatable. But I think it's relatively close to what what Nathan's talking about. It's just, kind of putting everything in its place,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And so next week I will share what I did with the video and the landing page, just to show you guys an example of that. I literally have to finish the video and the landing page today after this call. Hoping we'll get leads from it, but honestly, it's sometimes very hit or miss, where I've tried to make videos before around a specific topic to get leads, and nothing for the first month or two, and then they'll start to come in. So yeah, definitely have a long-term approach with it, but we'll see.
Hey, it's called marketing for a reason. It's not called like making billions of dollars for nothing. Nobody knows what's going to work and what's not going to work, right? So
yeah, and again, like that, and I know we talked about this. Like that's what I love about SEO on websites and on YouTube. Like you'll make content and you will reap the benefits from that 3, 6, 12 months down the line. So, and I've definitely had that with videos where like I'll make a video and it gets views, but no leads coming from that until a couple months down the line. So kind of like Nathan says, just having more lines in the ocean, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, either way, whether there's leads or not that come from that, I will show you guys at least what I did with the video and how I put the lead form in the description and comments, and show you that next week.
Awesome.
All right. I gotta get going. So I guess we can wrap it here today, guys. Keep up the good work, everyone. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Take care, guys.